2025 is coming to an end, but what a phenomenal year it has been for Indian sports. A very warm welcome to all of the viewers you're watching NewsX. I'm Akash Kaushik, and with me we have
Kashish Dhawar.
And in this video, we're going to tell you a wrap of all the historic sports wins that we had this year. Kashish, this year was spectacular for our country in sports. We did so well in the Champions Trophy, in the World Cup, in the Asia Cup, and there's so many details to share. But before we start off with the video, I would like you to tell me your favorite sports moment of the year.
Favorite sports moment was definitely the Women's World Cup, where we had no hope to actually winning the World Cup. It was like beyond amazing, and I really cannot describe. It is nothing can be more crazier than that.
Absolutely nothing can beat the fact that our ladies, the women, went on to win the World Cup in our very own home country. Even though we had won the Champions Trophy, but still for me as well, it would be that India versus Australia semi-final where Jemima Rodriguez scored that ton and took us past victory. But let's start with all the sporting events and all the wonderful things that happened this year and all the wonderful trophies our sports people achieved. Now, to start off with was the Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup. So how excited were you to see that our young women are performing so well, and just a few months before we actually went on to live the World Cup, our Under-19 women did it.
So this was the back-to-back win for the Under-19 women's team, and they won against South Africa, the very same team we defeated in the Women's World Cup.
Yes.
So this was definitely amazing. Of course, no one predicted that it would happen. Like first we defeat them in Under-19 and then we go on to defeat them in the World Cup.
Absolutely. But yes, it has also been very important for our Under-19 girls to perform. As you correctly mentioned, they went on to win them consecutively. And just like male superstars were born out of Under-19 World Cups, just like some people like Yuvraj Singh, Virat Kohli, they were all Under-19 players, even Mohammad Kaif. So when these players, even Shubman Gill for that matter, even Abhishek Sharma for that matter, when these players go on and make it big, it actually gives an impact for the future of the team. And the way we played in Under-19 World Cup was absolutely phenomenal. Mind giving us the details?
Exactly. So they won the match by 9 wickets.
All right, in the finals.
Yeah, exactly. In the finals, they defeated the team by 9 wickets, and they had a very comfortable win with 8 overs left. Like 8 overs to spare.
Yes.
And Gongadi Trisha, she starred with the bat with 44 not out, and she was the player of the match.
Absolutely, what a phenomenal performance. And that was number 1, my dear friends. We started off the year by winning the Under-19 Women's World Cup trophy on the 2nd of February 2025. But then a bigger trophy was waiting for us in March. The cricket fans were eagerly waiting for this Champions Trophy after the 2017 heartbreak, and after 12 full years for 2 consecutive trophies, we went on to win the 2025 Champions Trophy under the leadership of Rohit Sharma, and we were the champions once again. And all of this happened again on 9th March, where we played our final in Dubai, and we actually smashed all of the other teams that we played against. It was an easy victory with a winning streak. We went on to claim that Champions Trophy.
Yeah, exactly. See, that was the time where we saw Rocco playing like Rocco for one last time before they actually
retired from Test cricket.
Before they actually retired from Test cricket and stopped playing much of a T20, stopped giving much of a T20 performances.
Absolutely.
Of course, T20 retirement.
They took the T20 retirement after the 2024 season, and there were speculations. All of us were very scared. We had our fingers crossed. I remember when I was covering it for you guys, again, my fingers were crossed because I knew that if we win, just like the 2024 World Cup, if Rohit and Kohli decide to retire, all of our heartbeat was super fast, but none of that happened, and we saw Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma lifting that Champions Trophy together for the second time. They were at the part of the side in 2013. You know, it completed a circle of life. You know, when did Rohit Sharma start to open for Team India?
I cannot guess. I would want to say 2000.
It was 2013 in the Champions Trophy itself. In 2013 Champions Trophy, Rohit Sharma was firstly experimented as an opener, and then the history
Of
History
course.
repeated itself
Exactly. The
in
same
2025
Yeah, the same person who just got introduced, who made his debut
as an opener.
as
Yeah,
an opener in the Champions Trophy,
Yeah.
led the Indian team to win.
Absolutely.
An amazing trophy and ended the drought.
Absolutely,
Actually.
absolutely ended the drought of an ODI victory that hadn't come since 2013, and we happened to witness
Yeah.
that magic on 9th of March in Dubai Cricket Stadium, Dubai International Cricket Stadium. We were playing the New Zealand in the finals, and we did defeat them. What a wonderful year
Exactly.
it was.
Not much of a performance came from Virat's bat, but of course, the entire tournament he was playing amazingly.
Absolutely,
Just
absolutely.
the final he could not
He could
perform,
not get
but
it.
that's where Rohit performed amazingly.
It's a good thing between them when one of
Yeah.
them performs, when one of them misses, the other one performs. When the other misses, the one performs. It's all going on for them.
Yeah.
It's all going right for them. And currently, they are in the best form at the point. They're
Exactly.
number 1 and number 2 ODI batsmen respectively.
Yeah, they are. I think they are going to end the year with the number 1. And so Rohit is definitely
Number
ending
one.
the year with the
Number
number one
one.
position. But
Virat is number 2.
yeah, no. So are
Virat
there might be chances that Virat can go to number 3 also.
There are slight chances because one more ranking will come before the year, so we'll have to see what happens over there. But I have my fingers crossed that Virat and Rohit end up as 1 and 2, even in 2025,
Yeah.
even when they've crossed 37 as their age.
Yeah,
It is
exactly.
going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
But it was not just cricket that we're going to talk about today. It was also that we also performed very, very well in the men's Hockey Asia Cup, and we eventually went on to win that. So now at number 3, we have the men's Hockey Asia Cup, where in field hockey, the Indian men's team actually clinched the Asia Cup title after an 8-year-long wait.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That was that must have been like very traumatic to like consecutively lose the matches, like the finals for like 8 years, and then finally win. After so long, it was such a long wait for them.
Absolutely, it was such a long wait, and the Indian hockey team was going through a transition.
Exactly.
The Indian hockey team had certain legends like Sandeep Singh and who have always took the team forward. But now when the team is going through the transition, when the young players have come in, you need to give them such titles. And not only did they just win the Asia Cup, but with that victory, they also did qualify for the next World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes, so they have...
Exactly. So their victory was actually combination of solid defense and then tactical midfield control and of course clinical finishing in the finals.
Absolutely. That is very important, especially with a little less experience. You need to finish it off in style in the final, and it is a very significant because it was very, very significant because it continued the resurgence and the strong performance of Indians men's hockey team on the continental level as well.
Definitely.
So it was absolutely a phenomenal year for the hockey team as well. But now I'm also going to mention about another sport. So let's go to number 4, the another sports achievement that we have. It was the Women's Kabaddi World Cup. So it has been the year for women's sports person. They started off with the Under-19 Cricket World Cup. They continued with the Women's Kabaddi World Cup. The Indians women team successfully defended their title. You know, we were already the champions, and Kabaddi is a sport where we have absolute dominance.
Exactly. India is one of those countries that have had dominance in Kabaddi over the years.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, we had competition coming in from Iran, Iraq, China, these Middle East countries, and then there is China. Defeating China in the final.
Absolutely.
It's an immense pleasure.
It is absolutely an immense pleasure because Chinese athletes they set a level for themselves.
Exactly.
And again, it was very, very significant because it actually cemented India's status as the global powerhouse in women's kabaddi. So not just in men's kabaddi, in women's kabaddi also we have that kind of dominance. Just like we dominate the men's Kabaddi World Cups and all the leagues, in the same way, our women have also dignified with us with this victory, and they've also taken us to the next level.
You know what was the score with which they defeated the Chinese team?
No,
it was 35-20.
Oh my God! It was significant. 7-point defeat was significant defeat. It was a little close, but yes, again, when India performs in such ways against international competitions, especially against countries like China, it does give us a lot of confidence. excellence.
Definitely, and like I mentioned, their performance getting to the final was not like, it was a significant performance because they had defeated a country like Iran, which is a strong, significant country when it comes to a sport like kabaddi. They defeated them with a score of 33 to 20.
Absolutely, absolutely. So defeating Iran, defeating China, and actually going on to claim the title. But now let's get to the biggest victory of this year, which we both agreed to in the starting of the video. And it has to be none other than the Women's World Cup. Why is it so significant? Because it was the first time in the history of this game that we ever went to achieve that title. We had waited so many years. There were players who sowed the seeds.
All the legends, they were there to witness that World Cup trophy. Mithali Raj, Jhulan Goswami. Oh my God, what would have been going through their mind when they lifted that trophy with that Indian team?
With that Indian.
It was so significant. So they were on the verge of getting eliminated.
Absolutely.
And then they went on to defeat a team like Australia in semi-final. Jemima Rodriguez makes a swooping entry, hits a ton, and then leads India to the finals.
Absolutely leads India to the final. Why are we celebrating that victory so much? Because it means so much.
Exactly.
Cricket, the sport that is the most favorite sport in the country, and when women come out there and score significant amount of runs, win over the World Cup, and put an end to all of those misogynistic jokes that go around whenever the female cricketers couldn't perform. It was a complete story in itself. You know, where it started, the group stage performance was not decent. They lost to Australia, they lost to South Africa, they lost to England, and even after 3 defeats, it was God's grace because the other teams, we qualified at number 4. We were number 4 in the group stage, and the matches were happening at our very own house.
Exactly.
We were the host. It was thanks to the other teams, because apart from the top 4, teams like Pakistan didn't perform well at all. Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, they completely crumbled. That's why we got the opportunity to be in the semi-final, and we were up against Australia. Australia, the 7-time world champion, who has defeated India over and over again. In the World Cup match only, they broke the international record for the highest score and chased down our total. They chased down the total that was never ever been chased in the Cricket World Cup or in any women's cricket match. But then the day does turn around. The semi-final came and we broke their record that they set just 10 days prior to that.
Exactly.
Of course,
Harmanpreet-led team was ready to face Australia, the team that has consecutively, repeatedly defeated them on big stage. They were ready to take the team down.
They were ready to take the team down. That semi-final victory mattered a lot. And then eventually the final at 12 a.m. in night, when the catch was caught by Harmanpreet Kaur. There were tears of joy, and everyone was as happy and as excited as she is right now. And it was a moment of lifetime that we all will remember and cherish forever. But Kashish, what is the one favorite highlight of the Women's World Cup?
One favorite highlight from the Women's World Cup would definitely be Harmanpreet's catch, because I think South Africa was on a good run. They would have played and got more runs on the board until that Laura Allward wicket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until that Laura Allward wicket. It was like, I was at a function at that time.
Okay.
And
you screamed.
Exactly. I immediately screamed, and it was not just me screaming. There were other people also screaming.
Absolutely.
So the scream went louder when we went to live that.
Absolutely, we went on to live that World Cup. We will cherish that moment forever. But now let's move on. It's difficult to move to the next when we talk about that victory. But yes, there have been several other victories. And now talking about the Asia Cup victory. How can we forget about that? The Asia Cup victory came with lots of controversies because we had to play against Pakistan thrice. So what was going around in your mind when this Pakistan-India controversy after every match?
Like every fan, the only thing that was going on in my head is like, why? Why on earth are we playing this team when we have so many issues going on again and again and again and again? Everyone is fighting. It's like, why are we playing this team?
Yeah, but
again, there were speculations like people were saying that it is all about revenue. You are forgetting the nationalism and everything. This is the country that led to the Pahalgam attack and everything. Why are you playing against them?
Yeah, but all of these speculations came to an end because eventually we go on to play the game, and we kept cricket away from politics,
Exactly.
any kind of politics, and that is something that I really appreciate, because from the ICC, the BCCI, they never try to turn it into any political move, even though if it would have worked in their favor, still the politics did not come with India at all, with the sport at all. 3 times we defeated Pakistan in the final, and that was the first time ever in Asia Cup's history. You heard it correct. Asia Cup has been happening for almost 40 years, and in the first time of the cricketing history, India actually beat Pakistan. India and Pakistan actually met for the first time, and but obvious result, India defeated Pakistan for the third time.
5 wickets.
They defeated by 5 wickets. A beautiful knock came from Tilak Verma's bat, and India were crowned to be the champions. Though we did not get the trophy.
We can say that we were crowned to be, we were the champions who lifted the trophy in their own style.
In their own style, who lifted the trophy without the trophy.
Without the trophy.
So it was a roller coaster of an Asia Cup with lots and lots of controversies going around it. There was this no handshake controversy. There was this Haris Rauf wall-like gestures controversies. And absolutely, after the third match victory, after the Indian team won the finals, the trophy controversy happened, and all of you still haven't received the trophy. But all of this was a roller coaster. Yeah, we don't. We are the champions. The world know it. We are the world champions in T20. So Asia Cup.
They can keep it. They can be happy with the trophy. They can actually frame it and be happy with it.
Absolutely.
We are not worried about it.
We are not worried about it at all, and we will be working towards bettering our game. And the next T20 World Cup is on the rise. We would want to win that as well.
We would actually, with the team we have right now, Suryakumar Yadav led team is actually very stable when it comes to the batting order or the middle order or the bowling attack as well. It's a very balanced team. Even though the last match proved a little disastrous for us.
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. But that team is very strong when it comes to the T20.
Absolutely. The team is very strong. We are ready for the T20 World Cup. We'll talk about that in the other video. But now coming to the next sporting event, it was the inaugural Women's Blind T20 World Cup, and we won it again. Just like I said, the girls have been ruling this year. And in a truly inspiring moment, the Indian women's blind cricket team won the inaugural T20 World Cup held in Sri Lanka by defeating Nepal in the final. So it was a very, very interesting match, and how the cricketers have been supported, and especially in the blind cricket format, and especially to give the confidence to those who do not have the eyesight and still get praised by the Prime Minister of the country. That made a big difference.
Actually, they went on to inspire a generation of those visually impaired kids who have a dream but somehow feel less motivated or are not coming ahead and want to follow their passion. Now these women have set an example for them.
Absolutely.
That once you set your mind on something, you can go on to defeat any country in the world, even if it's an inaugural World Cup.
Absolutely, and there's this thing that you do not need eyes to see the glory that you've achieved. And it was an absolutely stunning atmosphere in the ground in Sri Lanka, and how happy the Indian cricket team was, the blind Indian cricket team was, and how it has reduced the gender disparity, all the other kinds of visual impairments, and everything that sports actually has been made to reduce. These victories had led for them to be reduced. The blind cricket team was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, Akash. And now that we have already talked about the visually impaired team, the blind women's cricket team winning the World Cup, there is another similar kind of a situation where we actually made a record haul in the Paralympics 2025.
Yes.
By winning 29 medals.
Yes,
29 out of which 7 were gold.
7 gold, there were 9 silver and 13 bronze medals, a total medal tally of 29 medals in Paralympics. This genuinely says a lot about India's future and how India wants to dominate in all the departments, be it the blind sports, be it with the Paralympics, be it the women's cricket, be it the women's kabaddi. So now India is not just about the men's cricket. It is about so much more, and the investment in the sports infrastructure is commendable. The sports persons performing incredible, and these tiny little stories that come out inspire A lot of
everyone.
people.
And Akash, the most important thing is people of India have started supporting every sport. See, the record that broke when the Women's World Cup was happening for the
Viewership.
the viewership record, and the tickets were like sold out.
Absolutely.
Massively.
Absolutely.
They opened and they were sold out.
You know, the 2024 World Cup final, the men's T20 World Cup final had the same amount of views that the
Exactly, as the
women's
Women's
World Cup
World
final had. So this is the change we want to
Yeah.
see in the sports industry, and this is the year of change that has
Exactly.
marked a genuine difference in the sports industry, in the sports development area, sports development regions of our country.
And I can definitely say that this was 2025 was the year for the rise of Indian sports.
especially Indian women's sports
Exactly.
person, and also the Indian sports, so the rise of Indian sports. But now, for more year enders like that, you have to subscribe to NewsX and stay tuned with us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.